Matt, I don't have anything prepared.
Welcome to This Week in Real Estate with Jonathan Harmon and Bryan Nale, your local experts on all things real estate in Middle Tennessee. Listen in as they discuss the current state of the market, the latest trends, and have a little fun while doing it. We do want to say the opinions voiced on this podcast are for general information only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individuals. All right, y'all, we're back with another episode of This Week in Real Estate, where we're putting the earnest right in your money.
A little bit harder, Trent.
You know what I immediately thought of?
Ernest goes to camp.
Hey, Vern. Hey, Vern.
Ernest buys a house.
Ernest buys a house.
I don't think they ever made that one.
Ernest invests in real estate. Ernest gets a mortgage. That's scarier than Ernest Scared Stupid right there.
Blue collar, man.
Man, I love it. I miss him. Jim Varney.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he passed away a long time ago, didn't he?
He did. It's been a while.
Yeah.
To Google that.
Oh, he was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep. It's good stuff, man. Hey, Vern. Good stuff. All right, I don't have the outline, man. I don't know what we're doing.
We're going to go right into it. Headlines up first, right?
Headlines. Let's do it.
All right, back to you.
Back to us. Headlines. Okay, what you got?
Trent, is it headlines first? Mm-hmm. All right, headlines.
Hope so. That's what we just did.
Yeah, we went right to it. I was like, maybe it's market movers first. I can't remember. We should put an outline. You got the headlines there, Jonathan.
Do I?
Yeah.
What's my headline?
Big day today.
Oh, yeah. Today's June 19th. I forgot we were putting that in headlines.
Yeah.
Today's June 19th. It is Juneteenth. This became a federal holiday back in 2021, so it's the newest federal holiday. And it was like the first federal holiday added in, I don't even remember now, 60, 70 years or something like that.
I think that Memorial Day was added in the 60s or
I believe
70s.
that's right.
And so, yeah, it had been
First
that long.
one since then.
Yeah,
that's pretty wild. And you know, I looked up some history on it. I actually got really interested in this about probably 2019. Started kind of looking at it. So that's when they started talking about making it a federal holiday. And so just the basic history, it marks the day that in 1865, the last enslaved people were emancipated. This was in Galveston, Texas. It was 2 years after Abraham Lincoln delivered the Emancipation Proclamation.
And they didn't even know that the Emancipation Proclamation had been delivered or signed. Like they did not even know.
No.
Imagine, think about how.
And if people in Galveston did, they didn't share it.
No,
You
well,
know what
I
I mean?
think maybe you had probably. I'm sure there were people in Galveston that did, but the enslaved people did not know.
Yeah.
And
Because think about it, how would they
at
at that time?
there was no way for him to know without. So I think throughout the South and the Confederate States, they were emancipated at different times based on when the Union Army took over, and it took until the war was over for them to get to Galveston.
Yeah, so the war was fully over. The South had ended their their battle plans and all that, and they finally got emancipated. The last folks in Galveston, and I don't know, like so what is Juneteenth, right? So as a 2024 American dude, what is it? And so I wrote down a few notes here. How do you celebrate it? All of that kind of stuff. And I'd say the number one thing that you do is you educate yourself. You find out what it is. Why are we celebrating it, right? And I would do this with any of the federal holidays. Do you say Happy Memorial Day, for example?
Right.
Not really, because that's not the gist of the holiday, right? It's a solemn occasion. But you absolutely say Happy Juneteenth, because it's a happy day. Finally, everybody was free.
It's like it's for the African Americans. It's their Independence Day.
Mm-hmm. And it's been looked at it like that for a long time. And I would say I would take that a step further. We celebrate independence from the British, right, on July 4th. But were we really a free country at that point?
Yeah.
And until the last person is free, then we're not free.
Right.
And so really Juneteenth is like everybody's Independence Day. And I think something that's important is, I hear people sometimes, and we have February is African American History Month, and African American history and Native American history and all these. The reality is, y'all, it's all American history.
Right.
And so if you're an American, then it's your history. And it's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and sometimes, y'all, it's ugly.
It's
right?
It's very ugly. Yeah.
But it's what got us where we are.
Yeah.
And so
it's a shared history.
It is a shared history. It is our history. It's our country's history. And it is impossible for us to get where we want to be without knowing where we came from, without taking the lessons from that and saying, we will never do that again.
It can't happen. We cannot go back there.
And not only will we never do that again, but let's be really honest about where we still are.
Yeah.
And how do we make each day, a small incremental step better?
Yeah.
And honest, it always starts with education, right? Most of the hatred in the world is rooted in fear and ignorance.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
And so until we can acknowledge that and we can admit that, we're never going to get better.
Yeah.
So, educate yourself, be willing to open your worldview a little bit, celebrate it with gatherings, with acts of service, sometimes just with rest.
Yeah.
You think about it, the enslaved folks finally got free. It was an opportunity for them to go, I don't have a master anymore. And then we reflect. What are the ways that we've made the world better? What are the ways that we've contributed to things that don't make the world better? And we reflect on that. So,
I've wondered, like, as a Caucasian American male, how do I celebrate Juneteenth? What is appropriate for me to do? And I think that it's a combination of everything that you just said. Yes, it should be celebrated. It's a day that it should be marked with cookouts and getting together and family gatherings and just celebration. But also just kind of like Memorial Day, we do that a lot. But we also, you got to stop and pause for a minute and think about why the holiday's there and what it's supposed to do.
What are we celebrating? We're celebrating the end of a tremendous injustice.
Yeah, terrible circumstances for such a long time, and it came to an end. So we're celebrating that it ended. We're celebrating that everyone gained their freedom, but we also but we got to stop and think about why we're there in the first place. Maybe we're memorializing what happened before that. Go to a public gathering. Go to if there's a parade or if there's a program
celebration
or something. Go to it and don't be afraid to be there and be part of that celebration. No matter what your skin color is, no matter what you look like, just go and
open your ears, man.
Open your ears and try to make some friends.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm happy that this has become a national holiday. I feel like this is a definite step towards you can't. Here's the thing, y'all. You can't right wrongs.
Right.
You can't.
Correct.
So you acknowledge that they were wrong. You acknowledge that they're still wrong sometimes, and then you just do better.
Do better. I remember in 21 when this became a holiday, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Like, it wasn't like announced in February. It was like, hey, this week we're going to have a holiday. And so not many people got the day off. Not many people celebrated it. But from a disclosure standpoint, TRID, things we think about in the real estate world and the mortgage world, where you have 3 days to get a loan estimate out. You have, more importantly, you have 3 days to send a CD and have that reviewed. So it was just like, well, wait a second. Whoa. Like, we got closings on Friday that now, do we need to reschedule them because there's a holiday that you threw in at the last minute? So it was kind of like, I wish that in that year that it had been planned more in advance, the creation of the holiday.
Yeah, but thank goodness they did it.
But it better just to go ahead and do it.
And you know what? That little inconvenience at that time,
it
was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah. But I do remember
that
thinking,
is funny. I do sort of remember that too.
Oh my gosh. Like, in the operations side, not so much in the sales side, we're taking applications and
whenever
originating loans. But the operations folks, they were all just like, like, what do we do?
That's funny. So that's it. There's our headlines, y'all. It's a good day. Go and learn something. Go serve some folks. Go, have a cookout, whatever. But just acknowledge why we have it. It's not just a day to have a day off.
Right. No holiday is. There's a reason for all of them.
There's a reason behind it. Look it up. There's a gazillion articles on the internet about it. And some of them are actually good. So check it out. That's my headlines. You got anything?
I think it's time for us to take a look at a funny picture.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can't wait. Like, I'm not peeking.
This one is dubbed Sad Fan. I think it's pretty applicable.
How the hell does that even happen?
There had to be a lot of humidity and moisture in that room.
Oh.
Look at the floors.
Yeah.
And what's going on under the windows with those little boxes that are under the windows?
I have no idea.
There might have been taller windows.
Sad Fan.
Yeah, because there's boxes on the top and the sides of the windows, too. It's just the seams.
No,
I
you
guess
know what it was?
Coming apart, the drywall seams?
No.
What?
That was wallpapered.
Okay.
Guarantee it. Guarantee that was wallpaper, and they painted over it.
And it's splitting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Just paint over your wallpaper. That's a good idea, right?
Hey, it actually can work. There is a method to it, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, so you cut the seams out, you spackle it, right? So you do a gap on either side of the seam about yay wide. You spackle over it, so you use like drywall tape, and then you have to go over it with a really heavy primer.
Yeah.
And then you can paint over it with regular paint.
So this is a pro tip.
That's a pro tip.
That was a pro
That's
tip.
a pro tip.
We got a pro tip.
Ta-da!
Sneaking a pro tip.
But yeah, that fan. Like, do
That's moisture.
do they flop when you turn it on?
That'd be cool. You turn it on.
It's like a bird. It's a bird fan.
I don't think so.
Man.
No, I don't think that's the case.
Probably not very operable.
Okay, sometimes I think that people put these on their listings just as like a disclosure. Like this is this room. It is what it is.
They've been cooking things in this room. Hydroponics. Yeah. The moisture content in here. Do not come in here if you have curly hair.
Do you think they were storing guitars in that room and they needed humidity?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's where they were bending the body panels. Yeah, that's it. No, I don't think that's it.
No. All right.
They were probably growing weed. Let's be honest.
Move us on, Trent.
Market movers coming. Market movers on you.
So it's not a whole lot, really. But, man, what it was huge. Last week, some inflation numbers came out on Wednesday and then jobless claims on Thursday. And just a lot of great data. The Fed kind of put a wet blanket on it at the end of the day on Wednesday because they said that they were probably just going to reduce the Fed target funds rate one time this year instead of 3, which had been the previous guidance. So that slowed the rally a little bit. But at the end of the week, rates were lower and have continued that movement.
We went under 7, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
and continued that movement into this week. And I was reading something yesterday where it was not D.R. Horton because I think Mr. Horton passed away recently. But one of his competitors was releasing some earnings, and they were talking about 6.75 is a huge number for an interest rate. When they see that 6.75, they see a lot of buzz in the market, and that is a very realistic interest rate right now. So that number is definitely within reach for most of our buyers. With a little bit of discount points and a little bit more movement, we could probably get there naturally. So that's a good thing. And then, so what we're looking at as far as more market movers over the next couple of weeks, because it's going to be a while before we're back. And yes, if you didn't tune in last week, we're going to take a 2-week hiatus while Jonathan gets a trip in. So we're not going to get too into the weeds on the market movers over the next couple of weeks, but in the next couple of days, we're going to see another jobless claims number report tomorrow. We're going to see some of the Fed presidents come out with some commentary over the next week or two. So just kind of keep an eye on those things. And if you ever have any questions about rates and the direction they're going, you're always welcome to get a hold of me.
Yeah, so I got a question about that. So let's say that rates naturally tick down to 6.5.
Yeah.
Okay. 6.75 that they said was kind of that magic number. We get slightly below that. We get down to 6.5, and we see a flood of people come into the market. And I think that's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're already seeing it a little bit now. I mean, we listed our personal home on Saturday, and it was under contract by we listed it Saturday. It was under contract by Sunday afternoon, over asking price.
Yeah.
So, and that's not abnormal. I've got another one. We hit multiple offers. We got 5 offers in 36 hours.
Yeah.
So we see people flood back into the market. That's gonna automatically drive prices up.
Right.
Right. So at least in our little section of inflation, it's gonna go up.
Right.
So are we just destined for a roller coaster type scenario where rates drop, market floods, rates go back up, everything cools? I mean, is that going to happen, or are we just going to embrace the drop? I mean, what?
I wouldn't rule that out because, as that happens, people are earning, you got everybody think about how big of a business real estate is, just from the people who are building the homes to the people who are selling the homes, people doing the title work and the insurance and the lending on the homes,
selling materials.
So the activity would certainly be there for that, a lot more dollars to be circulating through the economy. But I don't think so. I think that we're going to see some stability as they're on their way down. That would be my forecast on it. I don't think that stimulus or that extra money circulation is going to result.
It's a sugar rush.
In rates
is what it
going
amounts
back in.
to.
I think they'll level off and stay stable.
Okay. I hope so.
I sure hope so. But I mean, it's getting into my shiny penny. So Trent, if you want to take us over onto that.
Yep.
So my shiny penny was I've been busy the last couple of weeks, and your clients and other clients that I'm working with, there's not a client that I've had that's gone under contract in the last 2.5 weeks that wasn't in a multiple offer situation. And I think I talked about this last week, so forgive me for repeating it, but I think it bears repeating because now is a great time if you're thinking of making a move, for you to go ahead and get your house on the market, because you're going to probably find yourself in as close as it's been to a bidding war since rates started to move up.
And let's clarify that. So, in 19 and 20, our bidding wars, as everybody would call it, were 20 to, I had the most I ever got was 36 offers on one property.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're talking like 2 to 5 or 6.
Right.
Right. So it's not the same, but you're going to win as a listing.
Yeah.
In that you as a seller, you will win in that scenario.
Right. And if you price right, I know you're going to get into that a little bit later on, but if you price right and you come to the market strategically well placed, you're going to sell your house relatively quickly right now. Now that might not stick, that might not stay, but back to what you're talking about with rates. If we get to that 6.5, we get to that 6.75, that 6.5, I tell you that's going to open up some inventory, because there's going to be a lot of people who have been sitting on rates in the 3s, maybe the 4s, that have had family changes and are ready to make a move. They've had a lifestyle change but they've postponed it, that are going to feel a lot more comfortable making that move.
Well, and a lot of folks
the pressure's been building for a while.
Right.
Now. So it's not like they're like, we had a kid last year. No, they may have had their kid 2 or 3 years ago.
Now the kid's walking.
And now the kid's walking and needs more, and they need more space. So they have more toys, they have more things in their home.
Yeah.
And now they're really ready to make that move and can justify the payment.
And here's the thing. If it's 6.75, 6.5, 6.25, it's 6.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if I have a rate that's in the 4s, and my margin, my gap between that is now in the 6s, that's palatable.
I can handle that.
If I'm in the low 4s and my rate's going to be in the 7s,
it's tough.
It feels like I've almost doubled my rate.
Yeah.
So it's like numerically that doesn't make any sense, but psychologically it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I would expect, hopefully, that we have a strong end of the year in the real estate market. I think that we will.
I feel like our seasonality has been delayed.
Yeah.
Like I'm busier now than I was in May.
Yeah.
And typically May is.
Well, that's your fault. I mean, you're going out of town. So
okay, that's fair.
You have that coming.
But May is typically very busy. And it wasn't. So here we are in June, and we're.
Right.
I mean, and it's not just me. I mean, we're blowing and going.
Yeah.
So everybody that had multiple offers on the couple of listings that I had, they had already been in multiple offers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So, and that's the thing. Multiple offers mean that you've got 4, 5, 6 people that want that house, and so that means if you got 5 offers, you got 4 losers.
Yeah. Right.
So those 4 losers are going to go. They're going to go back on the next one.
Yeah, and now they've lost a house, and they know what kind of market they're in. Sometimes it takes losing 1 or 2 before
100%
before things really start to escalate, and we might see that happen over the rest of the summer, and then we'll see if it carries to the fall.
And here's the crazy part, y'all, and this it's always happened, but it seems like it's always a surprise to people when it happens. One of the listings I put under contract this week, or this weekend rather. It was a multiple offer scenario. It had been on the market for 20 days, right? And people are like, oh, it's been on the market forever. Well, 20 days is not a long time, y'all. Historically, that's a really short period of time. Well, and then all of a sudden it's multiple offers? Yeah. Because guess what? Rates tick down.
Yeah.
In that span of time.
Well, and tell me if I'm wrong in this, but people look at that and like, oh, it's been on the market for 20 days. We can probably get a deal. All of a sudden you got 5 people trying to get a deal.
That's right.
And
that's right. So it's very interesting. Very interesting.
So that being the case, do you think and I know every situation is going to be different, but do you think it's better for someone to, if they see a listing come, try to wait it out for a week or 2, or try to be the first one to the table?
I don't think that it's predictable.
Yeah.
But here's what I do know. If it's a house you want, you better make a move on it.
Yeah.
Mine went in less than 24 hours.
That's huge. Yeah. That's awesome. Congratulations.
So it's an old cliche or sound bite, if you will. If you have to sleep on it, you may not sleep in it.
Yeah. There's a pro tip. We got more pro tips this week. They're just coming out of our ears.
We got 2 weeks without it, so I gotta get you guys ready.
Hope y'all are taking notes out there.
Hey, and by the way, any of my clients or anybody that might be reaching out to me, we are well covered.
Yes.
So Trent, John Michael, Kendall, Missy, those 4, they will be holding the fort down for the J. Harmon home team.
That's right.
And I have 100% confidence in all 4 of those folks. They're still going to be in communication with me. Some I'm going to ignore them some as well. Just so you all know, I will be ignoring them because I need to. But anyway, so if you're thinking about calling me, don't hesitate. Still call, still email, whatever, and we'll get you taken care of.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's move on. Where are we putting the listings, Trent?
Let's do that now.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You gonna pull them up?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got 2 listings we want to talk about and 2 coming soons. So wait, you're going out of the country for 2 weeks. How do you have a coming soon? Thus, hence, John Michael has one of those, and the other one will be probably right after I get back. So first one we're looking at is 705 Cloverland Drive in Smyrna. This is all Stewart's Creek schools, which are phenomenal schools. My son is about to be a senior at Stewart's Creek High, and it's awesome. So this house is super cool. It's about, I don't know, half a mile to the schools, maybe. What are you doing, buddy?
I don't know.
And it's about
where's the whole gallery?
Click right there.
Right there.
Yep. And then down in the bottom right corner, back to gallery. Keep going. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
And it's only like a mile and a half to I-24. Yeah. So it's super, super convenient location. House is nice. It's move-in ready. It's in good shape. It's got an expanded. They expanded the garage. How cool is that drawer stack, man?
That is fantastic.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
So super functional, just a simple house. But what is really unique about this place is screen porch. This is pretty cool right here.
Yeah.
But then look at that next picture. We got over 3,000 square feet of shop space.
Dude,
man, 3,000 square feet. So what do you want to do? You want to do body work? You want to build engines? You want to build race cars? You want to build cabinets? They built trade show displays.
Oh, nice.
That's what they did here.
Yeah.
And you got 2 paint booths. There's a paint booth, and there's the other one. It's got an air filtration system. It is all climate controlled. The whole thing is all 3,000 plus square feet. It's got a bathroom with a shower. I mean, like, dude, this place is legit. So check this picture out. So here's the shop. They've got a above ground pool, and there's the house right there.
Yeah.
So, and it all has road frontage. Has
Backs
its
up
own
to that.
driveway.
Backs up to the woods.
Yep, has its own electrical drop there.
Yeah.
It is awesome. So if you're an entrepreneur, you've got a business that you need to do. And here's the other cool thing. Pause for just a sec there, Trent. Within sight distance of this place, there are 2 other houses that have shops similar to this. They're smaller, but they're similar to this. So this is an entrepreneurial little enclave in Smyrna.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
I get excited about the opportunities that somebody has with this house. So that one's on the market. It's ready to go. It's beautiful, and it's been very well taken care of. Shop is 48 by 56 plus 15 by 40 for those paint booths. That is enormous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, this one's on Erlacher Drive. This is over, was at Wilson Elementary and Siegel High School. Gorgeous luxury home. Look at this kitchen, first of all, and the windows. I mean, this kitchen is incredible. Where is the picture from the living room? Yeah, right there. So big open floor plan, nice, bar that you can sit at. Dining room over to the right, very open and spacious and full of light. It's got newer flooring in it. See that? There's the master bathroom. It's awesome.
Is that the master to the left?
This is the master bedroom right here.
Cool.
Yep.
The windows.
Big backyard, fenced backyard.
Nice.
Master closet. It's got a wet bar in the bonus room. Pool table can stay as well. There's the wet bar. And then this.
Dude.
Yeah, this is what I really wanted to show.
That is
so
sick.
I think it's 30 by 15 or 30 by 20 screened in back porch with tile floors and then that beadboard ceiling.
Yeah.
Is that not gorgeous?
That
beautiful.
Is nice.
That is beautiful.
A little fireplace in the back corner.
That is awesome.
Oh, it's stunning. And so this is what is this called? What's the subdivision called? It's right
Harvest
off of
Woods.
Cutoff Road. Harvest Woods or Harvest
Grove.
Harvest something. Right off of Cutoff Road. Easy access to Lebanon. Easy access to Murfreesboro. Easy access to 840.
Smyrna's right there.
Smyrna's right there. Yeah, it's a great location.
Jefferson Pike's got all that stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, once it gets finished, it's going to be
great.
sweet.
Yeah.
No doubt. So anyway, beautiful homes. We had an open house there on Saturday. Had 5 guests come through, which was a great That's open good. House. It's nice. And Wilson Elementary is fantastic.
Yeah.
And so are, of course, the Siegel schools. Okay.
That's awesome.
Other coming soons, I've got a little townhouse on Cason Lane on the other side of 99, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I forgot what that's called, River Chase or River Bend, maybe.
I don't know.
River something. 3 rivers, 7 rivers, 8 rivers.
It's over there close to the Cason Trailhead. No,
it's on the other side of 99 from there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Same side as World Outreach.
Yeah. Anderson and I had we grabbed some pizza from Luca's yesterday, and man, it was
Luca's
delicious.
is legit.
But we went over to the Cason Lane Trailhead to eat.
Yeah,
and we sat down, had a picnic, and fought off the flies. It was great.
Yeah.
When we got done, I was like, "Hey man, let's go walk down by the rivers." We did, but man, there's so much happening back there. There's neighborhoods right on top of that park. Which I imagine would be an awesome place to live.
It would, yeah. So you could definitely walk there from here, but it's probably a mile. From the house to that trailhead.
Okay.
So definitely bike ride. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got that one. We also have one in Seven Oaks in Smyrna coming up, probably towards the end of July. Another fantastic neighborhood right there at I-24.
Nice.
At Almaville Road. So stuff's happening, y'all.
Stuff is definitely happening. I got got one.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Trent's got a listing coming up.
I do. This is 7809 Ellen Drive. It's right behind the Nissan plant in Smyrna.
Ellen Drive.
Yeah, I mean, you come out of the neighborhood and that gas station's like right there in, on Sulphur Springs. Is that right?
Florence?
No, not quite. It's further down, but
Okay.
Anyway, got a quick little video that our guy Sam did.
Oh yeah,
we
love Sam. Let's do it. Let's see
to
it.
go ahead and show it.
Shout out to Sam Gordon, Homadi photographer. Anytime you're ready.
It's playing on the stream.
Okay. Gotcha. Go left, stop.
One level, simple, really well taken care of, fenced yard.
Nice countertops.
Yeah, they've done an awesome job.
And these folks are building a new place, right?
Yes.
I've been working on that for a little while now.
Yeah, Michael's homes out in Belmont.
Hey, shout out to Michael's Homes.
Yeah.
We love Jimmy and Jessica, all those folks over there.
Close it here, but that gives you an idea.
Love it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's West Fork subdivision, isn't it?
It is. Jesus. Gosh. It is. It's actually just a couple of lots off of. I should know this name.
Florence.
Well, their house is there. The new construction is off of Midland Road.
Okay, gotcha.
Out in Christiana. It's technically a Christiana well, it's a bell buckle address, but like right there on
Well,
the
I'm
border.
talking about this house.
Oh yeah. That's
Okay.
in Smyrna right there.
Very good.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
what's next?
Pro tip.
Is that where we are?
Yeah.
Oh,
We've done those. Back to you.
my biggest pro tip right now is pricing. And we can be aggressive with pricing right now, but you can't be too aggressive. So you kind of got to feel out what's available at that price point, that kind of thing. Comps are very interesting. You know, comparative pricing means that you have a historical look back. You look back at other things that have already sold. Well, if you're in a market where prices are moving up, then you have to add a little bit to that. And then you got to cross your fingers that appraiser agrees with you, right?
Yeah.
And you know, that's just how you go about it. So there's an art to it. There's a feel to it. And sometimes you miss. I had one came in under value earlier this week, and you know, we were able to negotiate it out. The buyer saw value in it, and so they came to the table with a little bit of cash, and kind of not really met us in the middle, but you know, helped out.
Yeah.
And it was good, but I think that's the big thing. If it's priced right, it's going to sell. If it's priced competitively, it's going to sell probably with multiple offers. And if it just sits, it's probably not priced right.
So I guess the tip there is just to have a trusted realtor that
Have someone that knows what they're doing.
that knows what they're doing and that is going and then listen to them. Like that, I think that's where a common thing I hear from a lot of real estate agents is that, you know, hey, I've told the clients that this is where it should be, and that's not where they wanted to put it on the market. And so it came to the market, and it sat for months. And when it's come time for us to do a reduction, I said we should reduce 10,000, and they said, oh, well, let's reduce 2,000. And like just if you trust this person enough to have hired them to be your real estate agent to begin with, then I think the pro tip for me would be to listen to their advice.
And if you don't drop the price the correct amount, then what you end up doing is you chase the price down.
Yeah.
And that house becomes less and less valuable because it's aged.
Yeah.
So you got to be real careful about chasing it down, and you end up well below what you would have been if you had just priced it correctly to start with.
The first time, because then you might have had multiple offers and a little bit of a bidding war.
Yep.
Because when you get that email or that text message, phone call, and it says, send us your highest and best because we got multiple offers.
After you finish swearing,
yeah,
you yeah, you say, okay, what are we gonna do? Yeah, but there's usually a lot of swearing involved.
Yeah.
Good show, fellas.
Good show. For not having much of prep on this one, I think
I'm ready to go to vacation.
I know you are.
Dude.
A little checked out here.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I got a lot to do between now and Saturday morning, but I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready. We're going to Iceland.
Yeah,
and I told my kids I'm gonna eat a puffin, which is a small seabird. If you don't know what that is not a pastry, and I'm very excited about eating a puffin. And I'm gonna try to eat some caribou too while I'm there. I don't know if that's even a thing or not, or maybe some reindeer. I don't know.
Dude, don't eat Rudolph. Dasher, Dancer. Come on, man.
As long as it's not a named one, I don't care.
Wow.
It's all good.
Wow.
A puffin?
Oh yeah,
that's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah, it's their national bird, but it also happens to be a delicacy.
You better not go to the restaurant and be like, I'll have the bald eagle fried.
Yeah, right. Yo.
It's not my problem. I'm just doing. I can imagine it being a little bit like duck, only saltier, since it's
it's gonna have some brininess to it. Yeah, for sure.
Delicious.
Yeah, have fun, man. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I'm pumped for you.
So, all right, true story, real quick. I ate a pheasant one time when I was in Ireland, and it was wild shot that day.
Yeah,
and I actually had a piece of bird shot in it. Like
happens.
I crunched on it.
That's a thing. Yeah. That's a thing.
That's fresh.
It was awesome.
I've had that happen with squirrel.
I've never eaten a squirrel. I want to do that.
Yeah,
I hate tree rats. I'd eat them every day just to spite them.
That's so. What did they do to you?
They're terrible.
Guys, go out and celebrate Juneteenth.
That's it.
Get out there and make some memories and
if nothing else, look it up and educate yourself
and understand why we have this day.
Yeah, it's important and it's way overdue.
Yeah,
That's it. Good stuff, fellas. Good stuff. We'll see y'all in a few weeks.
See you soon.
Thank you for listening to another episode of This Week in Real Estate with Jonathan Harmon and Bryan Nale, your go-to resource for all things real estate in Middle Tennessee. Be sure to like, share, follow, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review. We will see y'all on the next one.
Now for the nitty-gritty. Primis Mortgage Company is a subsidiary of Primis Bank, a member FDIC. Primis Mortgage NMLS number 1894879, BK number 1042893, ML number 1894879. As always, all loans are subject to credit approval and product guidelines. Equal housing lender.